A very unusual story coming out of Kansas. The state of Kansas is looking for child support from a sperm donor. He says he signed away all his parental rights when he donated sperm to a lesbian couple, but just the same, the state of Kansas wants child support. Let's take you to Philadelphia now, and Angela Giampolo. She's a LGBT lawyer and principal of Giampolo Law Group and founder of PhillyGayLawyer.com. This is stunning. How is this even possible that a sperm donor would be responsible for child support?
I know. It's happened in several other states, which a lot of people don't realize. It's happened in California, Massachusetts, Vermont, Ohio, and New Mexico. What's great about this case is it's bringing mainstream to a lot of heterosexual individuals. This case has gotten nationwide publicity over the last 36 hours. And really shedding light on what LGBT couples deal with in terms of trying to create a family. So from our point of view, this is not quite shocking, but it's great to see that it's getting the national coverage because hopefully there'll be some changes.
Well, let's definitely point this out that, a sperm donor can be, whether it's a straight couple or a gay or lesbian couple. I mean, you never know who's going to need these services. What I think is rather distressing is there have got to be a lot of sperm donors across this country going like, oh, my God, you've got to be kidding.
Let me correct you on the difference between, gay people need this and straight people need this. Specifically, we're talking about Kansas. In Kansas, current law is severely outdated and actually only considers donor insemination in a marital context. The law provides that a husband of a woman who undergoes artificial insemination is treated as the father of the resulting child. But Kansas also has a ban against same-sex marriage. Mm-hmm.
But they're not the only state that takes a look at this in a not-so-updated way, correct?
Exactly. Right. So the most breaking news in this case happened about a couple hours ago. Up until a couple hours ago, the lawyer for the sperm donor was really trying to argue the letter of the law. And I read a couple hours ago that they're changing their argument and they're actually attacking the outdatedness of this law. It's really a 1973 law that was modeled, a 1994 law rather, that was modeled after a 1973 law. So there's a ton of technological advances in social mores that have evolved that are not contemplated by the specific Kansas law.
We're talking with Angela Giampolo, LGBT lawyer and principal of Giampolo Law Group, about Kansas wanting a sperm donor to pay child support. Is this the only state where somebody could run into a situation like this?
No, I mean, that's what's really distressing. And like you said, gay, straight people alike can come into these issues. So really, the key thing for people to take away from this segment is if you are looking to use a known donor, someone that you literally meet in person and know, then these potential legal risks both ways. That known donor can ask for parental rights, and the receivers of that sperm can try to obligate the individual to child support, or the state in this case. The women don't want the man's money. This is really the state of Kansas which is doing this, which is even more unusual. So anyone trying to use a sperm donor may fall, depending on the state that they live in, may fall subject to these types of things. So really the key takeaway is look at the laws of the state that you're in or the jurisdiction that you're in, and then go from there, but be very, very sure about the laws before entering into something like this. Angela
Giampolo, LGBT lawyer, principal of Giampolo Law Group, and founder of PhillyGayLawyer.com. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, if you're a cop and you're hungry for some yummy pancakes and you live in Belleville, Illinois, do not go to Denny's. You're not allowed to, says the police chief. It all started because a bunch of police detectives from the Belleville Police Department walked in for some noshing. They're detectives. They're not dressed in uniform. They're detectives, and we all know, you know a detective when you see one, right? They all look the same. I mean, they're wearing their suits. They got their guns. They got their badges. Well, apparently one of the patrons complained to the manager, who then went to one of the detectives and said, take your gun to your car or leave. No guns allowed. Well, the manager tried to fix things with the cops afterwards because things didn't go too well, but the police chief is having none of it and has now banned his police officers from going into the Denny's. You can't tell a police detective? You don't want them to have their guns to protect everybody? Give me a break. Love some pancakes now, though, wouldn't you? From the Wall Street Journal, I'm Michael Kastner, and that's your Daily Wrap.